Fortunately, we worked with a very great team. Mr. Anand Singh has been working on the film for the past 16 years. The research was done. We had enough material to, to refer to documentaries. But with Evelyn, there wasn't much, so I had to rely on the family, which they were very kind enough to open up and tell us stories that we didn't read about, things that we never knew, and also for me as an actor, making the right choices, understanding what it meant to be a woman back then and to be married to someone who would change the world one day, and I have no idea at the time, was exciting. I think it's one of those things that I really loved about the film, because they never tried to create a story of a saint or an angel, and that's one thing. I've been very lucky to meet Nelson Mandela a couple of times, and he always said, I am not a saint, and I don't want to be painted as a saint. He was a man, and through the character of Evelyn, you get to see a man who was never perfect, but someone who was very strong, and he did what he believed was right at the time. And back then, it was okay to push around women.
In Xhosa, during the circumcision period of initiation into manhood, the crossover, the transition, we have this white paint that's put on you, which is called inqeke, it's Xhosa. Inqeke. Inqeke. It does help exfoliate the skin, it does help with the skin cleansing and all of that. But it's just a symbol of moving and transitioning from boyhood. There is a symbol that is put onto your skin, and then you run into the river and then you wash it all off, and that's the cleansing period, and you move into manhood and you become a man.
Society at large, to all people that believed in equality and dignity, and those were the things that impressed me the most. I have a long history with South Africa, and a very pleasant one indeed. And today is just a very formal moment, but I know that there have been many occasions with not just the people of South Africa, but indeed Mr. Nelson Mandela himself. I'd also like to mention that, as Sudhir was saying, we formed a very strong association for over 25 years with Sudhir and his dear friend and my dear friend, Anand Singh, who produced this film. Anand, Sudhir and myself, we perhaps had the very first concept from the Indian film industry in South Africa way back in 1990. And at that time, the country of South Africa was still reeling under the pressures of apartheid. And this was possible primarily due to the efforts made by Mr. Nelson Mandela. And it was he who gave us the permission, and his party, the African National Congress, that gave us permission to perform there. Since then, of course, I've had the very big honor to meet Mr. Mandela on two separate occasions, once at his residence